All right, everybody, welcome to Texas. We are here for the Elite iRacing Series here tonight. 90 laps, 135 miles. Big field tonight. We have, it looks like 27 or 28 cars going to take the grid. That depends on if Logan Simmons gets back in time. He was having some issues just a little bit ago before qualifying. I'm Justin Krasneski, as always, along with Vic Bloom here tonight. Vic, Texas is a tricky track. I'm expecting pretty much a one-groove bottom feeder race, but as these tires wear, you never know. We might see some guys trying to move around a little bit. What are you looking for tonight?
Yeah, I completely agree. But as you were saying, as the tires do wear on, I do feel like this is going to be a track we're going to have a long green flag run at least one of them. And I think with that, we'll see people move up the track, see the lanes change, and I think it'll be entertaining. I really do. I mean, we usually have pretty entertaining races in this series.
I agree, 100%. I agree with the whole green flag run things. It seems like Texas on iRacing seems to have a lot of green flag runs. The only thing I'd worry about is if we get any guys on different tire strategies or different tire wears moving around, anything like that, the wall off of turn 2 always comes up extremely quickly. So if you hit that, you're going to either end up in the inside wall or in front of somebody flipping down the backstretch, as you and I both know well.
I mean, I know a little bit something about flipping, yes. All right, here, let's go through the starting grid. You can get the first 10 here.
I'll get the first 10. My pick for tonight's race, we're getting ahead of ourselves a little bit, but Joshua Adams is going to start on the pole in the 88 car. Jacob Plank alongside him on the front row. Newcomer Joe Torres, welcome to him to the series. And then one of my guys, Ethan Burrell. Great qualifying run again for Tyler Riggs. He's up in the top 5. Chad Frankenfield wasn't very happy with his lap. He'll be 6th. Levi Zielinski, his final start with us here on Monday nights due to work, will be 7th. Joshua Furr 8th. Mitchell Riggs 9th. And Dylan Hickey 10th.
Yeah, in 11th place, we got Josh Robin, Andrew Rucker, 12th place, Kyle Ozentowski, and Brandon Key sharing that next row. Jacob Evanson, Robert Hill, Chris W. Jordan, one of your guys. And then you got the 18 of Josh Personette starting 18th. Stephen McGough, 19th. Kendall Noah Player in 20th. And then here's the rest of the field. Got Bolden, Lago, Haney, Capel, Gross, Heward, Simmons, and Brent Jones. They round out your field. But of course, I don't think Logan Simmons is here for this start, if I'm not mistaken.
He jumped in the session, but I think he's going to have to start from the pit lane.
We're getting told.
All right, pace car is in.
Yeah, green flag is out.
Start for Plank.
Yeah, so it looks like Plank definitely beat him to the start-finish line. I would definitely. I think there might be an infraction on that one. I don't believe that you're allowed to do that. It might be something you need to go look at.
I think that's a black flag drive-through penalty, right?
You might have to go to the rule book.
Go find the rule book.
It's on the website.
I'll ask Chad. Please hold.
There we got Jacob Plank, and you got the 75 just coming out of pit road there. He did miss the start. He was having issues with timing and scoring. It wasn't scoring him on iRacing for some reason in qualifying. We got the 00. He's making a move on the 92, Kyle Ozentowski. That's still a name and a mouthful and a half. You got the 97 and 15 side by side with one another. Of course, these battles fizzling out. Everybody's going to get single file here early on. I say that, but the 92 and 00 kind of still side by side. No, the 92 is clear of them. Oh, as I say that, the 92's in the wall and 13 in the wall as well. 00 are going to make it by both of them. I think we're waiting on confirmation on a rule with Plank.
Yeah, didn't get anything that was clear, decisive as far as the rule book, and Chad seems to not remember. I don't remember exactly what's going on, but we're going to go with it for now. So clear for Plank on that one.
Okay. Yeah, it's just I mean, as an official, you got to watch those things. And oh, the 51! It's got a 51 on his door. It's a 09 or 19, sorry. In session, he saves it. He was completely sideways off the corner there. I'm actually going to go back and look at that.
Fantastic save.
Yeah, he was completely sideways down the backstretch. It's a great save. We go back to live action here, and Adams has gotten by Plank, I think probably for a good reason there. Plank has fallen back.
Hung up on the outside line. He's really struggling on the corner exits. I'm sure he's just a little bit tight and just flirting with the outside wall, and he's falling all the way back to fifth spot now, trying to battle with Ethan Burrell, and they got Tyler Riggs right behind them, so he might even fall to sixth here in just a very short notice.
Yeah, he looks like he's going to probably slot in front of this 26 Plank, but I say that, but Plank's actually not getting the run off the corner. I expected momentum to be in his favor, and it just wasn't. So
it's really tough to get off the outside of turn two, but
yeah,
he'll be okay here.
Yeah, Plank's going to fall in his sixth. The Rebel boys, of course, behind them, kind of still side by side. I say kind of because, I mean, they're not really side by side, but they're partially there.
Torres up to second spot, started on the inside of that second row in his first race with us here on iRacing, of course, very experienced in the console leagues. And then, of course, Mitchell Riggs, same deal. Have not seen him on track in a while, though he has been here before. Was very fast in practice, missed his qualifying lap a little bit, but he's driven from 9th to 3rd here in the first handful of laps.
Yeah, I was actually going to say let me try this again. Mitchell Riggs is making his first start of the season. He hasn't made a start in 2 seasons now, I believe. I could be wrong on that number, so don't quote that.
Like that, yeah.
I think it's 2 seasons. Because I don't think he didn't race last season at all, so. Either way, seen him pass Joe Torres for second place. Joe Torres also got passed by Ethan Burrell, who's been on a I almost had a cuss word, on a roll. Almost. I caught myself, okay? Your guys, Brandon Key and Chris Jordan, were just side by side on the front stretch.
If they would not take each other out, that'd be fantastic. Yeah. It's pretty single file, actually, but as I say that, Chad's looking to the outside of Plank, and behind them, Joshua Furr trying to get to the inside quarter on Levi Zielinski.
Yeah, I don't know what those Rebel guys are finding on the top line, but they're finding something. I do believe they might be finding something.
It might start to work a little bit in 3 and 4 as the tires wear out a little bit. You might be able to just pinch on that seam just a little bit, but the exit of turn 2 trying to be on the outside of somebody's, Chad just found out right there. And Levi, actually, they both got up a little tight on the exit of turn 2, which is very, very difficult to run the outside line in turns 1 and 2.
Yeah, Mitchell Riggs getting, I think he's going to get passed by Ethan Burrell here up front of them for second place.
Just still trying to hold. He might be able to get back clear, but he's going to have to really drive it in deep on the outside. He's going to clear him, but if he can get back turned in through the center is the question. It's going to be very tight. Burrell's going to be able to hold on his quarter. There he goes. We said, just tight off of turn 2.
Oh, trying to get a camera on him. Everybody keeps passing him. Yeah, just went right on around there. We'll take a replay look at that one from a different camera angle. Ken, to go through, this is off of 4, so they're on the front stretch. So I went a little too far back or whatever.
All right.
They go into 1 and 2, basically side by side. Looks like that high line, yeah, it's just not rubbered in yet. Already rubbered in the bottom. Yeah, I don't even know if there was contact.
I think there was just slight contact. I think the 51 got up a little bit too high and had to lift right as they turned down towards the exit of the corner, and Burrell was starting to slide up, of course, being on the bottom line. I think that the 51 came off the wall a little bit. Definitely not intentional, but
there was contact, but yeah, not intentional at all. Went back.
Put that one, the 51, just missing his line a little bit off the corner, but Burrell probably could have lifted and given him a little more space out there.
Now we see everybody probably going to come to pit road this time. It's like everybody except for Logan Simmons, but Logan Simmons, of course, missed the start, so makes sense.
Be the lucky dog here. Get back on the lead lap. Give us all 28 cars.
I'd say J.R. Bolden is going to be the last car on pit road from the looks of it. Unless everybody else just isn't showing up.
I think the 88 might have slid through his stall just a little bit. A lot of guys did, actually.
You got robot voice a little bit, Justin. Just an FYI. I don't know what's going on with your internet lately.
I fix it?
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, I was just saying the 88 slid through his box, and that's going to allow Burrell to get the lead off pit road. As a matter of fact,
he's going to get passed by 3 cars.
He's going to end up 3rd or 4th after that one.
He's going to end up 4th. The 26 and 15 were basically dead even inside of each other. It's crazy. So, think we should get a driver interview right now, or do you want to hold
yeah,
off?
should we grab Logan and ask him what it's like to be back on lead lap?
Yeah, let's talk to him. I'll let you pull him in. Unless you want me to.
My God, I just had to find him. Logan Simmons, Justin Krasniewski up in the booth. You got me.
Yeah, I got you, man.
Oh, back on lead lap after he had a couple issues on the very start. But how's the track feeling out there? It looks like it's a little bit hairy off of turn 2 right now.
Pretty grippy. I like it. I haven't had a problem with it. I was able to. You got to work for your passes around here, though. I'll say that.
Obviously, having to start at the back from the lucky dog here, you've still basically got 75 or so laps to go when we get this restart here in just a little bit. But do you think you can drive up and end up in the top 10 or maybe in the top 5?
From what I was feeling there, racing with them guys.
All right, we look forward to seeing it. You always provide some action. Thanks for stopping by, Logan.
All right, y'all have a good one. Good broadcast for y'all.
My computer glitched super hard during that. Yeah, so we'll have Ethan Burrell. He'll restart in first place, and then you'll have Frankenfield, Briggs, Adams, and Zelensky rounding out your top 5. Think Ethan? You think Ethan's going to continue his role here, his dominance?
We talked a little bit. Texas wasn't one of the places that either he or I felt extremely strong about. Obviously, he's been on fire the last couple of weeks here. We didn't see him last week in the exhibition dirt race, but as far as the pavement goes, he's been on fire basically since the start of the season as a newcomer to Elite. But my pick at a not very good pit stop right there. Adams is looking pretty good. Got the lead back after he lost down the initial start, so I think if we go a few laps, he'll be okay. But obviously, Burrell has a good enough car to be able to run up in the top 3 as well.
Yeah, I completely agree. And I think the person that is really impressive this season is the 26. We don't talk much about Tyler Riggs, but he's been very competitive this season. The last few races, at least, he's been up front, and he could really be your ultimate dark horse here.
Yeah, absolutely. We saw him up in the top 5 for a lot of the run at Auto Club and ended up with a solid top 10 finish there. And I mean, for a guy that races on a controller and is still fairly new to this iRacing thing, he has really turned some heads this season. I look forward to seeing him keep around the front.
Yeah, and him and his teammate Josh Personette both doing quite well for themselves when they do show up.
The person that's running up at the front after starting about mid-pack, Josh Robin, seems like we talk about him every week, not having a super great qualifying run. Started 11th tonight, but just the first run of the race here into this one, he's already up to 6th place and looking to grab a couple more on this restart.
Man, the cloud cover.
I was just going to say, it just got black outside.
Yeah, it just got absolutely dark.
All right, pace car is in. Field in the hands of Ethan Burrell.
And Ethan's gonna go. It's gonna be an early start for him. He's gonna rocket away from Chad.
Restart. Robin got a good restart too behind Joshua Adams. He's going to try to get around the outside of the 26 car through 1 and 2, carry that momentum on the outside line. Stays even. They got Zelensky behind him. We thought about taking it 3 wide, but he couldn't quite get the run.
Yeah, is this,
all the way to the outside.
Yeah, all the way up top for Zelensky.
Down, get a big run off the corner. Got nowhere to go with it right now. He's stuck behind the 2 car unless he can force to the outside. Thought about it.
And Levi is in his final race here on this Monday night.
For second, here comes the 88 car inside Chad already.
Yeah, side by side in 3 and 4.
Done. Good pass. The way Adams looks, it looks pretty stable. The car looks good. He looks comfortable on that line. Chad trying to come back on him from the outside run, but just going to almost get the quarter panel in there, but he's going to let him go on the entry to turn 1.
Yeah, we got a big battle going on from the 26 to the 38 car.
Rucker's hung on the outside as well of the 51. He's going to have to come back through the field after that spin, of course, and Plank starting up in the front. He's fallen back all the way at 10th spot, still trying to get around Andrew on the inside.
Yeah, of course, we say 51, but he's got a 09 on his door.
Custom numbers. Thanks, iRacing. Best thing you ever did. Not.
Well, it's better than the weird headlights.
Fair enough.
Definitely better than the weird, sometimes people have them, sometimes people don't.
Just looking, actually, some of these, did they change anything with the tail light function on some of these Xfinity cars? Because a couple
Yes.
of the Mustangs don't have tail lights.
The Mustangs, for some reason, the tail lights and the contingency sponsors are the same layer, so if you turn that off, you know, you're not going to have tail lights.
Interesting. Makes it tough to see when they're going to stop. Not road legal.
Oh, Lord. Either way, 09, the 50, whatever you want to call it, okay? We'll just call them the 09 because that's what's on his door, but at the end of the night, it's the 51 car.
Mitchell Riggs. Forget, yeah, we can't call him Riggs either because we got two of them, so.
Yeah, I mean, it's weird because we can't call anybody in this league Josh because we got so many of them, and then we can't call anybody Riggs now because we got two of them.
Call him by his number because he's got two of them. Yeah, we struggle.
The struggle is real, man.
This group in front of Josh Robin, I'm just looking at the lead. They're closing down just a little bit, but we have such a good battle back between this clump of cars, like 8th through 12th, that we can't go look up at the front because it's got battles all around.
From 5th to, I want to say 10th or so.
10th or 11th.
Yeah, it's very, very close. And side by side with the 2 and the 26, with Robin and Tyler
There's
Riggs.
another yellow.
I believe that is going to be someone. I don't see anybody stopped. I don't know who it was.
Then Jeff Gross off of turn 4 in the 10 car.
Yeah, he looks like he has a bunch of damage. Let's see if we can find it.
There was a 10 car back there.
Yeah, it looks like he's too far back for me to find a replay of it, but yeah, it was the 10 car that brought out the caution there.
Well, we're talking about Jeff Gross, obviously. Welcome to the Elite iRacing Series. Not the way you wanted to start, getting in an accident right off the bat, but we welcome you to the series and hope you have better luck in the future.
Yeah, for real though. I was gonna say, I was looking at people on track and I was like, no way Tyler Riggs made it up to second. He was like 5th. And it turns out, yeah, he just was slowing down. Just don't be me in a relentless race and slow down on the apron and somebody comes down and jet dryers you. It's pleasant, promise.
Or just don't be us in Fun Truck Super Series and get murdered over and over by a certain team that
yeah, we're not going to talk about that.
Likes to manipulate how the finishes of the races go. But anyways,
everybody coming to pit road because you'd be dumb not to.
Yeah, well, we're looking at guys coming to pit road before we look at the battle off pit road. Just of note, Logan Simmons grabbed 8 spots there in that little 10-lap run, so he's up to P20 already. So we look to have him on the move all the way up to the front.
Yeah, but do you think he's going to win Hard Charger?
Well, he's in the best spot for it.
I was going to say, that was the nickname I gave him last season, being a hard charger. Levi Zelensky,
Tire
2
call.
tires. Oh, the 9.1 second stop. Robert Hill also going to get 2 tires, as well as Ozentowski had to get 2 tires.
I think Kyle got 2 tires as well. Interesting calls.
Yeah,
now's the time to do it. We only did about 7 laps there.
Yeah, I'm looking. It looks like Hickey, Ozentowski, Zelensky, and Hill Jr. got tires. Or got 2 tires only, so. Gonna see some new names making their way up toward the front now on that pit call. Probably not a terrible one, to be honest.
Yeah, if you're going to do it, now's a good time to do it. I mean, the whole field, you know, it's pretty even right there, and we only did a handful of laps. If you're going to try, now's a good time to try it. If it doesn't work, you still got a race left to recover from it.
Yeah, I completely agree there. The double file already. I thought they were going to go one more lap. Looks like
Interesting that Levi took the outside line there. I think that's actually going to benefit Josh Adams being able to keep second spot, probably off into turn 1 and basically attack the 97 straight away.
Yeah, it's weird because I would have thought the 97 would have stayed in the same lane as his teammates.
I guess we'll see how that works. Maybe he thinks that the wheel grip might be a little bit better on the outside line, or he wants the arc in the turn one. I'm not really sure,
Yeah,
but he
I
should
was
get
gonna
his
say.
choice.
I was gonna say. I think it's gonna be the momentum.
Find out together.
I'm having all types of word problems tonight.
All right, pace car is off once again.
He's
Field comes
going,
down,
yeah,
early
he's going
restart.
early. Wow.
Everybody a
Crazy
little bit by
early.
surprise. Field very, very spread right there. Through it though. 2-car with a big run on Robert Hill already. See, even if this works for like 2 or 3 laps for Levi, it might be a net gain. Just put in the back pocket for later in the race. The big thing, I'm afraid he's going to be way too tight on corner exit of turn 2 as they go 3 or 5 laps here, and really going to hurt him for guys
Yeah,
that
but
can
he's
still
not
roll
going to
the
be.
bottom.
He's not going to be alone on that struggle. So you got to think that's what he's banking on, because he knows other people took 2 tires. He has to. There's no way he doesn't know.
He was running just outside top 5, so even if we go 8 or 10 laps here and he ends up 5th or 6th, I mean, that's a net gain. So I like the pit call right now. I do.
Yeah, I definitely like it. In the past we've also been known to very much love strategy calls like that. So.
Logan Simmons at Kansas comes to mind as my favorite personal one.
Yeah, well, I don't think that they want to remember that one.
Josh Adams got really, really tight right there. The 26 car is blinking like a Christmas tree back at about 6 spots.
Yeah, I was going to say, I saw some smoke on the track, and I was like, I believe something.
He's going to bail out of there.
Yeah, he's doing the respectful thing right now. It's a shame because he was having a great race.
Yeah, hope he can get that fixed and be able to keep racing up front here. Hasn't quite settled down yet. He's all the way to the outside line.
It has settled down, it looks like, at least on my end.
It's Robert Hill back inside of Josh Robin on those 2 tires. Tires still working okay. It's been 3 or 4 laps now, and Levi obviously is still leading the race. Obviously, he's got the 88 right up on top of him, but it's not so bad that you're just a rock in water, so that's good.
We say that, but he goes a little wide, looks at the 88 and go to the inside for the battle for the lead, lap 29 of 90, or a third of the way there.
See if the outside line gets a good run there. I think it might hold up for the time being, but I think it's just a matter of time before the 88 sticks a nose on the inside here. Yeah, almost right there in the center.
Yeah, I definitely believe Adams is gonna get by here.
Biggs back up to the 5th spot after his spin a couple cautions ago. Had to go all the way back to about 10th spot. Andrew Rucker's up to 8th spot. A single file through the field there. It looks like almost contrary to what you'd expect. First couple laps, everybody gets single file, and 8 or 10 laps in, they start racing a little bit once the tires wear out.
Yeah, we've seen that actually recently here on iRacing, where as soon as tires start wearing out, the racing becomes a bit better.
Because we need NTM V7.
So it looks like Tyler Riggs' lagging issue has resolved itself. He's 11th right now, but obviously he has the speed to be quite some bit farther up.
Back behind him, actually, right there, Torres is going to go on the inside of Osentowski. Plank right behind them. Oh, almost contact. Torres slid up the track just a little bit. Great save by the 92 car. He's going to go through the grass, but hang on to it. Almost a mess there off 4. Plank going to get to the inside of the 92 on the entry to turn 1. By the 92 car. That was almost a mess there. I think Torres might have gotten a little bit free on the bottom and had to basically slide up and cut his nose off, but good job of being aware of what's going on there by Kyle.
Yeah, Torres is just ripping through the field right now.
I think he's brand new to this iRacing League thing, obviously. I'm pretty sure he slid through the box on that first stop and took him out of the top 5 down to about 10th or 15th, and just working his way up, being patient, nice and solid. I think if he gets a nice single-digit finish tonight, he'll be happy with it.
You know what we missed? Adams got by Zelensky.
course we missed it, because we miss everything here.
Yeah, at least I just realized that it happened. So, and of course, Zielinski gonna probably he's not gonna give way to his teammate. He's definitely holding him up if he doesn't. Of course, unintentionally we miss these things. We try to catch as much action as possible, but you know, we're only 2 people, and that's just not entirely possible.
It was going to be...
Oh, Plank. Oh, I thought Plank was going to...
Almost 8.
Yeah, I thought he was going to spin the 92, to be honest. I thought they were just so close off the corner. I thought for sure Plank was going to hit his bumper and just spin him right on around.
He drove in really, really deep. He's going to get tight on the bottom and has to lift just a little bit to keep it off. Brandon Key right behind them is going to come with a little bit of a run.
Bet you'd love to see Brandon Key make a move here, huh?
I really thought Plank was going to end up dooring the 92 there. He drove into turn 3 so deep and had a good run through the center, but just couldn't hold it.
You know, of course, we got battles kind of all over the racetrack. We got the 26 making a move to the inside of the 13.
Fur's on the inside of Rucker in the middle of 3 and 4.
Yeah.
You said the 13 and 26 going at a little bit back there. 29's in with that.
Yeah, we got Fur and Rucker, though, side by side. Rucker's just going to give way, I think. Probably unintentionally, but... No, he's going to battle him. He's going to try to get him back in that Wyndham Rewards Ford Mustang for JK Racing. Or is it Al Frank Motorsports?
Al Frank Motorsports, excuse you.
Whatever.
Them actually, Riggs and Burrell had that incident earlier. They're trying to get by Robert Hill, who's still on those 2 tires. That's at about 4th spot. There's got to be patient with that right now, but working to the inside of turn 1 is definitely a good way to do that. It's going to be tough for Robert to hold it out there as he slides up the track about a lane. He gets back clear of the 00, but he's going to cross him right back under again and get to the inside down into turn 3.
These two having a real good battle back here. Got the 37 passing the 95 as well in front of them.
Clear him there. He's going to have to battle him down to turn 1 again. Rucker's going to be able to make that outside line work. While trying to get the 5th spot cleared from Robert Hill. I think he's going to be able to do it here through the center of 1 and 2.
Yeah, we actually have a battle, kind of a battle, from 14th to 17th. I know it's far back, but every position matters.
Clump. Logan Simmons is up there. He's trying to get 13th on the inside of, I think that's Brandon Key. Oh, it's spin out. Just got in the quarter panel. I think Brandon might save it.
Yeah, Brandon's going to save it. And what a great save there.
Fantastic save. Unfortunate that the contact happened. I know Logan is on the way up through the field, but what a great save by that 99 car.
Yeah, we'll have to talk to him maybe post-race about that one, or, you know.
I'm sure he'll have some good words.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll have some select words that I'm going to get yelled at for later. But
that's all right. Meanwhile, Logan's going to work up to 14, so he's passed half the cars. That's a good start here. We're not even halfway yet, so.
You got Riggs and Hickey in front of him battling out.
Good corner exit there for the 13 car.
Yeah.
Lane's going to look to the inside, go through the grass.
Jeez.
There's all the pavement and more here tonight.
I know somebody else that has that same logo on their hood that would have just straight killed him.
Oh, Rucker had something happen with Fur. 3 wide now. They're just dodging around these slower cars.
Oh, man.
Something happened with Rucker right there up at about 7th place with Fur.
Yeah, unfortunately, we're not going to have to go. We're not going to get a chance to go look at that, I don't think, because these guys are just insanely battling it out right now.
The clump, it's the Josh show up with Josh Robin and Josh
let's see
Fur.
if we can actually get a replay and see what happened. I'm a lap earlier than the live action's at right now. See, it was the 00 just. Oh yeah, I got him sideways in 2, and he checked up to make sure that Rucker would save it. Very sportsmanlike. Very sportsmanlike there.
A great save this time by Rucker, it seems like.
Plank sideways.
Oh.
Pit entry.
He's going to go through the grass. He's going to save it.
He might end up needing a black clear for that. It's all kicking off now.
He's going to be okay. He saved it. Didn't go through the pit road. Obviously lost all the positions, but we got saves and slides all the way around this racetrack right now.
That's insanity. We'll make some good GIFs later. Oh, man. and
Yeah, no
I
kidding.
was watching it back.
Fur again.
All unintentional, but
Oh, they're going to be like 3 wide, 4 wide down the front. Up in the wall.
everything's just popping off right now. It looks like Simmons drove it in too deep. He's going to lose 2 positions. No, just 1. McGo's going to... This guy is just insane back here.
They all want to run 10th, I guess. Jeez Louise. Holy crap. Oh, 83 is going to slide up in front of the 2 car there.
Oh, man, these guys just...
Gurr and Fur are still going at it. This time it's a few spots further back than it was a little bit ago.
Yeah, and it's crazy to think
everything's
that...
going to sort out for now.
Crazy to think that some people on 2 tires. You got 3rd place Olensky, 6th and 7th place on 2 tires, and 16th place were the people that took 2 tires on that pit stop. So the 2 tire stop not entirely paying off, but also they aren't losing a ton of time.
Yeah, I think it's about evened out by now. Of course, Rucker and Fur, they're getting tired of racing each other. They want to race somebody else different, but they continue to go to 2 of them.
I think Simmons has an idea to make that happen. I really do.
Simmons is moving up good. He's got that second groove rolling. He's going to try to cut it down.
Yeah,
pretty good run up off.
He was saying in practice how he couldn't get to the bottom line, so I'm not surprised to see him trying higher line in 1 and 2. And
good
3 and 4. 64 and 00 holding each other up almost, racing so hard. They just can't get out of each other's way.
Is going to get away, going to give Logan Simmons the outside line to try to go around Fur. If he can get the corner exit speed, he does. He gets a really good run off of there. He's going to probably have a shot at Rucker down to turn 3.
He's going to look for Rucker's inside, but he's just not there. Unless he forces himself there. Oh.
This is madness. We can't keep up with it. We need like a 5th broadcaster.
Seriously, it's crazy. You got Tyler Riggs is making a pass on Dylan Hickey right now.
Good move, good recovery up for looking to try to get 7th spot on the inside along with Joe Torres. Those 2 have made some good recoveries from pit stop issues and blinking issues earlier in the day.
Yeah, Fur side by side with the 2. I mean, I'm just trying to keep up with all these battles going on the racetrack. Riggs going to get by the 13 of Hickey. Just got to slide up in front of him. Yep, he'll clear himself. Hickey to the outside.
Here comes
down
Hickey
the front
back,
stretch.
though. Fantastic racing.
Yeah, they're still battling for 11th right now. Go back and look at that.
Riggs has come to pit road. I think that might be the first strategy call tonight as far as getting some tires and trying to short pit this to the end of the race. Fall off has been about 1.5 seconds, almost 2 seconds now at this point, so might be a good call if we go green for a little while. We saw it work last week for 2 weeks ago at Auto Club. In the end, the long run for Ethan Burrell ended up winning out, but not a bad call to try to do something different.
Yeah, no, and like you said, doing something different in this league, we've seen it pay off. Of course, we have 41 laps left in this one, so anything can happen.
Penalty on
it's
the
all popping off.
Yeah, there might have been a penalty on the 51 car because he was in the pit lane for an awfully long time there before he got any service, so that might thwart that strategy completely.
Yeah, he probably got a 15-second stop and hold for speeding.
That was my guess. We haven't talked about Josh Adams in a while, but he's checked out to 2-second lead over Chad Frankenfield.
Yeah, the 75 side by side with your guy, the 64, Andrew Rucker. Not to distract, of course, those guys doing great jobs up front, being so far ahead, but
yeah, of course, we got to focus on these guys at the action. Yeah, no kidding. Say my guy like it's not really just Al's guy.
Don't.
Tight.
Don't.
I don't know. Al's a superstar in the making, so you never know.
Yeah, I've been crewing for him, spotting him a little bit.
Logan's going to slide up 1/2 lane off the bottom. I know he likes the outside line, but he's going to have to try to make the bottom work here to get up in the top 10.
Yeah, of course, he's in that Penrite car that I painted, which is great.
Oh, you're the best painter on iRacing versus Jaws Graphics. At least you put your numbers on facing the right way.
I wasn't going to say that. That's pretty funny.
I don't care anymore. I just decided I don't care about anything, so.
Yeah, anyway, he's in that Penrite Anton D. Pascali inspired paint there.
Actually funny that he runs the Penrite scheme. I learned a little bit about Penrite. Apparently it's not actually Pens, it's motor oil. But Logan Simmons, for those of you that don't know him very well, is about the furthest thing from an Australian I've ever seen versus our man, the Wisconsin here. So differing opinions on if that paint scheme is legal or not for him. A little bit tight, almost gets up in the rucker. He's going to save it off a turn 4.
He lives in crocodile country. They got crocodiles in Australia.
Alligator.
Crocs, alligators, whatever. They're all the same.
One has curved nose.
You know what? I actually, speaking of that, while we're on the subject, completely off topic of the race, which is completely fine by me. So what I learned is there's a difference between them, and it's not what you said. It's the fact that when you jump in the water, one tries to kill you and one runs away.
Be true, but one of them still has a curved nose. I mean,
It's
that
true,
might be the difference between living and dying. But
I'm just saying what I heard on the radio this morning. It was funny.
Wait. Why was that on the radio this morning?
Because they were interviewing somebody. I don't know who they were interviewing. Some Australian, some woman, and she was talking about how the difference between an alligator and a crocodile was the fact that one will try to kill you when you jump in the water. The other one will swim away.
Interesting, I guess.
Yeah, Simmons, he's losing time now. He probably should come to pit road.
I'm just wondering if he burned the tires off. He's passed a bunch of cars, like 10 cars in this run again. So
yeah, of course.
Gonna have some pit stops coming up, though.
I think we should look. We should go through the field here, and Josh Adams leading by over 2 seconds on Chad Frankenfield, who's actually almost 3 seconds in front of Ethan Burrell, and then you got Levi Zelensky and Robert Hill round out your top 5. Zelensky and Hill, of course, being on 2 tires on their pit stop, so they're doing quite well for themselves. The other person on 2 tires in the top 10 is Dylan Hickey.
Levi's struggling just a little bit, but I think it's just about pit stop time, and I think it's going to end up paying off for him. He's still hanging in 4th spot. I couldn't decide to say place or spot, so I said spot. He's running that high line. Maybe he'll learn something up there. He's just got to be careful not to get up in the wall in these last couple laps before he gets to put some 4 fresh tires on. Starting to see some pit stops. Jeff Gross came in a couple laps ago. Kyle Osentowski, Jacob Evenson.
Is it Evenson or is it Evanson?
Well, it's whatever I feel like saying at the time. So today it's Evenson, but next time I say it's going to be Evanson. So
yeah, I was gonna say,
he's got to run up in the top 3 one of these weeks so we can ask him.
That's true. Yeah, Hill going to get by Zelensky here in 3 and 4. Zelensky, of course, giving a hard charge on the outside.
The outside line worked, but he's just losing so much time in 1 and 2 out there. I think that it's really hurting him, and probably hurting the tires, obviously. Yeah, look at that, about 4 car lengths he just gave up there through the center, but he's going to get a good run on the exit and come back through it. Oh, almost contact.
He did touch the wall, he just ever so slightly. It's probably 0x.
He's going to touch the 95 car. I thought they were both going to end up in a wad sandwich. What the hell a wad sandwich is, but we're going to go with it.
It works, man. You know what? If I'm Josh Furr, I'm pretty tired of being side by side with somebody, but he's been side by side with somebody almost this entire race. He's catching 13 now of Dylan Hickey, and he's going to go side by side with him soon. Obviously, you know, it's going to be more boring to race alone, but it's got to be almost agitating to be side by side with somebody the entire race.
Love running alone. That usually means you're either way out front or you're so far behind that you can just park it and call it a night.
Yeah, I know something about
Comes
being
Burrell, first of our front runners to come to pit road from 3rd spot. See if the 15 and the 88 reacts to this now.
Watch the 88 go around into 3 here. He's probably not going to react.
Caution is out.
Oh no, it's going to be. I don't know who it's going to be. The pit stops cycling through is.
Ms. Ethan's going to go a lap down, unfortunately. He's going to be able to stay out and get the wave around, but still going to go back to about 16th spot.
I don't know who went around there to bring out that yellow, but.
I don't either. It might have been someone coming to pit road or something, because I don't see anybody on track that had an issue.
Yeah, I'm not.
I mean, it didn't happen, but I didn't see anything.
I hate that sometimes it happens so fast that you just can't catch it.
It wasn't Rucker. Rucker was leaving pit road. I don't know what happened, actually.
Check the 31 or the 89. I think it probably involved one of them. Not calling anybody out, of course. I just kind of looking at. I think those people fell multiple positions.
You know what it was. The 81 was, or the 89, sorry, was coming to pit road, and the 31 either wasn't aware he was coming to pit road or just misjudged it, and there was an accident back there with the 9 car, the 89 and 31, because the 89 was trying to come to pit road.
I gotcha. Yeah, it was. I noticed that they'd all lost a number of positions, so I figured it had to do something with them. Of course, everybody's coming to pit road now.
I slid through the box just a little bit. Adams was in just a little bit deep behind him. The 38's going to slide through as well. We'll see if Chad can get a good exit. Not as good as the 88. Great stop for the 88 crew. They're going to be out front easily.
Yeah, the 95 is going to come out. Torres, Riggs, Furr, Zelensky, Simmons.
Good for Torres, back up in the top 5. See what he can do up there. Good stop for Riggs as well. He's going to be up in the top 5. Let's see if he can get his connection figured out and be able to race up with these top guys.
Yeah, of course, like you said, though, the unfortunate part is going to be there's going to be people that are trapped because the pit stop's happening.
And the main one, of course, being Ethan Burrell, wasn't necessarily in a position to win tonight, but definitely had a top 5 race car.
He's not going to be trapped. He's not going to be trapped. He's the 50.
To get the wave around, though, and have about a lap on his tires, and obviously he's going to have to come from the tail end of the field all the way back through again in just about 25 laps.
Well, anything can happen. Cautions breed cautions.
This is true. This is very true.
We've seen it happen, unfortunately. What do you say, why don't we catch back up with Logan Simmons? Logan Simmons, Vic Bloom in the booth. Got me?
Yeah, I got you, man.
Hey, man, you're having a real good run out there in that Penrite Camry. I don't know why I didn't remember what kind of car that was. Anyway, so you're back inside the top 10 now after that pit stop. So what's your plan of action for the rest of this race? You've obviously been charging your way through the field. You're probably going to get the hard charger reward. So what's your plan of attack for this final, going to be like 25 laps when you get going?
Just see what can happen, man. I thought I was going to be further up in the field. I don't know if Rucker put the bumper to me on purpose or not, but we had a good battle there. I figure he didn't do it on purpose because we was running pretty clean with each other. Yeah,
I say Rucker's been side by side with the 00 most of the night, so maybe he's just fed up with being side by side with somebody.
Yeah, I don't know. It was good though. I'm hoping y'all caught a little bit of that.
Yeah, we were actually focusing on that whole like pack battle back there for a number of laps. It was very entertaining. Justin, you got anything?
Nope, I'm having that problem where I can't hear what he's saying. I can only hear you, so I'm gonna pass. But good luck, Logan.
All right. Yeah, y'all keep doing what y'all doing.
That's unfortunate.
I don't know. It's only sometimes. I'm sure if we brought him in right now, it'd be fine. But
yeah, it seems like that's a thing that does happen. Either way, they're gonna get ready to go back to green flag racing here. Actually, 1 to green. They're so far behind the pace car right now.
Yeah, about 10 guys had to get wave rounds right there.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's weird to see him so far back.
We're gonna have here 25 laps to go when we get going, so just enough time for about a half a fuel run, see some tire wear, and probably gonna see some more great mid-pack battling for the next 5 or 10 laps at least.
Yeah, maybe that mid-pack. I mean, most of those mid-pack guys have moved up to the front, further up front, so it's gonna be maybe a front of the field battle here.
It'd be fantastic. I'd love it.
That would be great, wouldn't it? We can wish. Pace car in. And they get rolling here. Green flag back out. Everybody gets away cleanly. They were talking about, in practice, they were talking that there might be some wheel spin on these restarts, but it does appear that's not going to be the case.
Yeah, Texas is usually a place where you can get hooked up pretty well. Even though it's a fairly low grip racetrack, it's usually a place that the cars usually hook up pretty well in the front stretch, so I don't think we're going to have any real issues with that, obviously, tonight.
Yeah, I was worried for a while because, you know, cautions breed cautions and restarts kind of suck, so. We got Tyler Riggs, of course, making well, he attempted to make a pass on the 97 of Levi.
Still trying to stick in there. Still beat to the quarter panel on the entry to 3.
Took the 58 off pace on the bottom there.
Something happened with Chris earlier. I'm not entirely sure. Maybe he hit the wall or something, but he's had some kind of problem falling a couple laps down now.
I think it's the fact that he's got a Punisher paint scheme and nothing better. That's what it is. It's the fact that, you know, Punisher needs to punish him. I don't know. I was never
reverse karma, or how does that work?
I was never into comics. I don't know how it works. Though I side by side with 38 and 97 right now. They were.
I found that outside line there.
Sorry. I've had a long day, man. I woke up super early this morning to everybody yelling at each other.
Wake up at like 9:30.
I woke up at like 8:30.
Still getting the big run off the outside is Levi. That's impressive, actually.
That's what she said.
Shut up. First trying to come up on, I'm not going to say it. First trying to move on to, no. First trying to look at Hill.
It's nothing you say at this point is not funny, okay?
Just going on to Hill.
I get it.
First coming on Hill.
Okay. Now you're just making it sound worse than it is.
Moving on to, no, I don't know. He's trying to make the pass on Robert Hill.
Well, he's not really trying to make a pass. Kind of hard to make a pass when you're like 3
He
cars
was
back.
when I was trying not to be sketch, but now he's not, okay? I ruined everything.
Well, speaking of people that are trying to make moves on somebody, you got 38 in the 97.
Blank is all over him.
I say 94 to the inside of the 75 as well.
Huge dive by Kendall Player.
Yeah, of course.
Good corner, but Logan's going to get the big run on the exit.
So the 75 and 94, of course, both painted by me, so best looking cars out there on the track.
Oh, yeah, but Vic, you painted like half the field, so, I mean...
It's true.
We could eeny, meeny, miny, moe and find 14 of them that you did.
Not entirely true, but partially.
Well, kind of, sort of true. Car, I think Peter Hayward might have had an issue on that corner exit. He's going to lose 2 spots maybe to Stephen McGowan, the 83 on the inside.
That's a fur back, kind of on the tail of the 95. Irony, fur, tail.
Oh my goodness. Goodness.
Oh man. I'm trying.
I mean, tell bad jokes. Did I tell you the joke about the 2 antennas that got married?
I don't know, but the 97 and 94 had a bit of a going in that corner there. No, you didn't tell me about the antenna the antennas that had a battle or whatever.
Oh, well, the wedding wasn't that great, but the reception was amazing.
Yeah. It's a shame that joke's from the 90s. Oh, Zielinski into the wall, and he saves it down the backstretch. Can it cost him 2 spots? Probably 3.
Looking at that, yeah, I hate to interrupt you there, but we got a battle for 4th as well as looking at a battle for the race lead. Chad Frankenfield has found some time here with this cloud cover.
Yeah, I know Chad was saying in practice when the clouds came over, it really helped his car, helped the handling, so.
Oh, Torres got on the apron just a little bit.
They touched.
Gonna keep it together, down to 15 laps to go here.
Man, it'd be irony if it was that was Scott Haney battling the 95, because it'd be the 2 beer sponsors that we have in this series sponsoring side by side.
Oh well, I mean, Scott Haney killed me at Atlanta, so.
Oh, speaking of almost dead, Peter Heward and Scott Haney almost just got together off the corner there. That was crazy.
Very close. That was almost a Dale Earnhardt move. Rip. up in the outside wall in the middle of 1 and 2. Something must be wrong, or where the tires are, or something's not quite right with the 8 car. He's going to hang on to it for the meantime.
Yeah, we actually got a battle going on. Torres, Hill, and Tyler Riggs. Can't just say Riggs because that's unfortunate.
Yeah, Torres is going to out to Riggs, who's making the outside line work. Back up in the top 5. Good run for Riggs. He might be able to get by Robert Hill here. While Chad has kind of lost touch with Joshua Adams right there. The clouds came out for a little bit and he made some time, but as we head towards 10 laps to go, Josh Adams just pulled back out to about 7/10. But Joshua Furr is a little bit quicker than both of them, I think. He's closing up on Chad now for the 2nd spot.
It looks like Peter Heward is having an issue. He's gone off the pace onto the apron. I think it might be an unfortunate end to his night.
And no kidding, he was running up towards just outside the top 10, so a great night for the 8 car. Is going to come at least to a little bit of a grind, if not a total halt tonight.
Yeah, of course, as you were referring to while I was watching him do that, Frankenfield and Furr's going to try to make a move on Frankenfield here probably this upcoming lap.
Riggs and Torres just got by Robert Hill for 4th and 5th spot. Push Hill back to 6th. Plank with a nice recovery from a couple earlier issues. He's up to 7th spot. Just calm down just a little bit. Scott Haney is up behind Levi Zielinski. That's for 12th spot. Everybody else is pretty single file. Not a whole lot going on at the meantime, but I'm sure we're going to have some guys close up here. Actually, as I say that, Torres and Riggs are starting to look at going at it here with 11 laps to go.
Yeah, Furr was looking to the inside off of 4. Couldn't make the move, though.
He's definitely got more pace than Chad right now. Chad seems to have burned off the right front tire just a little bit. Maybe in that cloud cover pushed a little bit too hard for a few laps, and the sun's come back out, and he's paying the price for it. But hopefully he can find that outside line in turn 3 and 4 and be able to hold on to 2nd place here.
Oh, Furr blinked. Not what you want to be doing toward the end of these races. You don't want to be blinking.
Especially not when you're trying to battle someone. Last thing you want to do is net code someone and end both your nights potentially. It's going to get to the inside in the turn 1 though.
Side by side off of 2. Down the back stretch.
Just before with Chad. These guys just a couple weeks ago.
He needs
Yeah,
to
no
make quick
kidding.
work here, otherwise he's not going to catch Adams.
Adams is loving this. Just 9 laps to go, and these guys are about 15 car lengths behind him, still battling. Furr had a big lift off of turn 4 there, and is going to have to regroup. It's really hard to make that bottom work in 3 and 4 if you don't get a really good center of your corner. There's a caution flag.
I believe that might be one Levi Zielinski.
I think it was. He stopped on the front stretch.
Yeah. Try to get a replay. Levi Zielinski.
He just got the wall there off of the corner and ended up coming right back up onto the track. Great miss by a couple of guys there, Haney and Burrell. Everybody else I think is going to be able to miss him. Actually going to have to tow, so... Well, we want Levi to have a good night, but unfortunately it doesn't look like it's going to happen. But now we get the excitement, Vic. Who comes to pit road for this? What's probably going to be about a 4 or 5 lap dash?
I think everybody's going to come to pit road. I genuinely
You have to. I think you have to. You have to come in at least get 2. We saw it work for Levi Zielinski. They came to pit road only about 15 or 20 laps ago. But I think you need at least 2.
You're a sitting duck if you don't.
Oh boy, someone's going to stay out though. You know someone's going to roll the dice. I mean, we got 17 cars on lead lap.
I genuinely fear that it's going to be somebody that is far back.
At Logan, stay out.
At Logan. Let's see.
Here they come. Everybody's coming in so far.
Kendo Player.
It's a 94.
And Scott Haney. So you have the front row will stay out. A 99 going to stay out as well. I believe he's a lap down. No, he's not. He's on lead lap.
He's going to get 3rd spot here. What they're hoping for is a restart and an immediate caution flag.
They don't want to be the caution flag, but
Yes, that's true.
They just might end up being that. So we await to see the battle off pit road. It's going to be the 15 00.
Tires.
Man,
A lot of 2 tire
had a
calls.
slow stop. Very slow stop. He had to have slid in his box. Oh, heartbreak for him, man. He has led 60 of these laps tonight. Him, Burrell, Plank, and now Kendall Player are going to be the only people that are going to lead laps. So far. Of course, anything can happen with... It's going to be 5, I think, to go when the restart happens.
Probably about that. Well, Vic, have we seen the last of the death?
You know what? We might have. But I don't know if the guys up front are safe. You want to... You know, what we could do is we can get into the mind of Kendall Player.
There's going to be no waiver on cars because I stayed out.
Kendall, what's your Kendall Player here? So what's your mindset here? I've completely messed this.
I'm hoping that they wreck.
Yeah, that's what we're
while
betting
I'm in the lead.
That's what we're betting on. It's a good call. We were just wondering what your mindset was going to be here on this definitely final restart.
Yeah, I've been better on the longer runs than I have been on the shorter runs, so hopefully I can stay in front of these guys for 4 laps.
Yeah, Justin, you got any other questions for him before we send him back up to his team to...
I mean, I was just going to say good luck, and I think your best bet is to run away and hide.
All right, thanks.
All right. Well, I botched the beginning of that, so my bad.
It's okay. What do you think the chances are here?
Slim.
I think he's the safest.
I think, yeah, I was going to say, I think, you know, with 3 people staying out, that means the front row is gonna clog everything up here.
I think Chad and Fur might get caught up, and it might give the 94 a lap, maybe 2, before the 2 tires come at him. But I think if we get all 4 laps here, he's going to be in trouble. But he might have a shot at this if we go only like 1 or 2 laps.
Yeah, and if they don't get going on the start and the guys behind them do, then there's going to be double issues there. So
if we're going to see wheel spin, it's going to be right here with guys trying to time this out and roll on different tires and change lanes as soon as possible and stuff like that. If we're going to see any issues, it's going to be right here initially. But whichever lane, I think either if the 3 goes better, the 15 has a chance to win. If the 99 goes better, I think Fur has a chance to win.
Yeah, but I mean, you got people. Of course, that inside line's going to have 2 people with old tires. So maybe the outside line has the advantage here. Maybe Torres has a better advantage than Fur.
And we're just going to have to wait and see. I guess it really all depends on where the 94 goes and how well these guys can hold out through turns 1 and 2.
We'll try to get a far shot of this restart. It
Down the big
crazy.
TV, everybody.
Yeah, it could get crazy.
Car in. Everybody geared up for it. Oh, there they go. Tire spin.
Oh, no.
Oh, that could be that. Brandon Key gets through with a massive accident.
Oh, and they're still crashing. Oh, and they're still crashing. The 13 upside down. Oh, no.
Wow.
Yeah, but Brandon Key.
Saw that one coming.
Brandon Key.
Through.
Wow. That's crazy. I don't know how that's going to be received post-race. We're definitely going to be discussing that.
The question is going to be, let's see if we have any black flags that need to be cleared. Chad obviously had one from passing. I think that the 99 might have one from passing as well, but I'm assuming those are going to be cleared. Yep, they are going to be cleared just because of the nature of that restart. But wow, that was something.
The onboard of the 99, he just got lucky.
Just right place, right time. He spun the tires less than those guys up on the front row.
Yeah, everybody just went crazy on that start.
That was not pretty. That is for sure. That was not pretty.
Yeah, that's definitely not how we normally go about these starts and stuff. But people staying out is always going to cause that.
We've seen it before, but you know, obviously we don't like seeing it. But that's part of the call. I mean, you know, that's what can happen, and that's why they stayed out. You know, if 2 of the guys got it wrong, but Brandon Key just happened to get it right and earned the win tonight. To find out where the pace car is. I have no idea where the pace car ended up. Pace car ended up because of where the caution came out. The pace car had picked up guys that run about 7th place on back, but they're going to get waived at the conclusion of this thing. I think that the 99 is going to have to wait. We're going to have to sort some of this out right here. But
Yeah, I believe the 99, if he crosses the start-finish line, is going to get black flagged here.
yeah,
It's likely going to need
have to
that.
wait and see what happens. I don't know, we're going to have to sort this one out.
Everybody else is stopped behind them. The 83 is a blown engine. If he stops, he's dead. Dead in the water. He needs to keep that thing rolling.
I don't know what's going to happen. I'm not going to lie. There are a lot of moving pieces here with cars that got caught right there and stuff like that. We're going to have to just wait and see.
It does look like 7th place was the one that... That's odd.
They're having to wait on the pace car here.
You
At
might
the same
need to
time,
tell
the pace car
Brandon
is going
Key
to come all the way
stop.
back around and pick them up.
Yeah, you're going to need to tell Brandon Key to stop.
Trying to get him to stop, but
He is
figured out,
stopping.
as did Fur and everybody else in the middle of 1 and 2. A wild end of this race.
Yeah, it's a bit crazy.
I think Fur either blew up or stalled his race car because he can't get going on the inside line. Back there, even though he was in 2nd place.
Oh, man.
Wow. What a wild finish tonight.
I don't know where they're going to end up at the end of this. I mean, with 2 laps to go, we normally know who's going to be where, but especially under the caution, but anything can happen right now.
The only one I'm not even sure, but the only one I'm fairly certain of is that Brandon won, because he was the only one that really got through, didn't have any, cars exploding around him, anything like that. But after that, it's all going to come down to where the caution came out and whose car still works, basically.
Yeah, I don't,
It's like Brandon's going to get picked up by the pace car. I think Torres might inherit 2nd and Adams 3rd, maybe, if the 2-car can't get rolling again. Sorry, not the 2-car, 00 car. I was looking at the wrong Josh, my bad. He's still stuck on the apron at turn 1. They're going to go by him right now and put him a lap down.
that's turn 4.
Turn 4, is it?
Yes.
Ignore me. Wow, so we're going to get the white flag here.
Brandon Key is going to end up...
Crazy races. Holy crap.
Who would have predicted that final restart would have been what ended this one?
Oh, I mean, we talked about pre-race. We had some long green runs. We had some good guys that came and go on tire strategies, but in the end, it came down to a couple guys that stayed out, and 2 of them didn't quite get it right, and 1 ended up being in the right place at the right time, and that's how this one ends.
Yeah, actually, since we know this is, I think, going to be the official results, of course, I'll wait till they get into 3 to allow anybody that needs to catch up so that we can get the results right on the screen. I believe, or I'm just actually going to wait till they cross the start-finish line to give the results, but yeah, Brandon Key's going to be your winner.
I think about 1 through maybe
Man,
9 or 10.
Dylan Hickey, look at his car.
Yeah, that is not the most beautiful car we've ever seen in Elite, but we talked about he's going to finish 7th. We've seen some weirder stuff, obviously, but I don't even know, man. We've seen a lot of interesting things tonight.
Yeah, and it's unfortunate that we're going to have this, finish the way it's going to finish, but we might end up having to go back to the start-finish line on that last restart or something to figure out the official results here, because we know Brandon Key's going to win, but from there, I don't know if any of these results are official.
Yeah,
I know
I guess
there's
we'll find
probably
out.
going to be post-race reviews. But all right, here we got a bunch of people that crossed the start-finish line. We'll look at the results. Brandon Key, Joe Torres, Josh Adams, Tyler Riggs, Robert Hill being your top 5. Ethan Burrell, Dylan Hickey, Andrew Rucker, Jacob Plank, and Josh Robin rounding out the top 10. You want to get the next 10? All right, yeah, I'll just do them all. Mago, Capel, Gross, or Gross, or however you say his last name, Frankenfield, Haney, Simmons, Heward, Jones, J.R. Bolden, and Josh Personette. And then you got Josh Furr, Kendall Player. Man, Kendall Player going to end up 22nd. Chris Jordan, Levi Zelensky, Jacob Evanson, Kyle Ozentuski, Rodrigo Logo, or Laga.
Did you just say logo?
Leave me alone. And Mitchell Rigg going to end up last. Leave me alone.
Yeah, sorry, I was just trying to figure out with Chad what we were going to go with here for the finishing order, if there were anything that we had to figure out at the end, but I think we're just going to roll with this for the time, and we're going to have stuff to look at post-race maybe.
Oh yeah, we're definitely gonna have stuff to look at post race. Brandon Key's burning it down.
Would. First win, I would.
I mean, do you think he's gonna feel accomplished with the win, or do you think he's gonna feel tainted to him?
Well, you know, I think he realizes that even he didn't have the fastest car tonight, but you take the first one however you get him, and maybe it opens the floodgates. I know he's still going to be proud of it, and everyone's got to win the first one somehow. I remember my first C-Fixed win way back when I won under caution because the top two guys took each other out at the end. So it's just being in the right place at the right time, and obviously he made a call that ended up getting him the victory lane, so I don't think you can be too upset with it. Win's a win.
Yeah, we'll get Adams in here first.
Seems to always happen that way.
Got Josh Adams, Vic Bloom up here in the booth. Got me?
Yep.
Finishing third out there. You had a dominant car tonight. You want to talk about that? What that final restart, maybe what it felt like for you as the driver?
It felt great for me. It was still really tight. I don't like that, but I enjoy the long runs in that car at Texas. I'd say Justin made a good pick tonight. There's just probably some stupidity back in the back of the field with like 10 to go that shouldn't happen. You know.
Yeah, and it's unfortunate that did happen. But you had a fantastic race tonight. You dominated it. You led 60 laps, I think. Yeah, 60 laps.
Yeah, it was fun. Just wish we didn't have to come down to those late race restarts and get all the guys that shouldn't be in the front on no tires that just end up crashing everybody. I guess one of them won, so that's good. But for everybody else that started up there and crashed everybody, you know, they should just come in and put on 4 tires and take what they get.
Yeah, Justin, you got anything for him?
I was just going to ask, obviously being the guy that lit a lot of the race, making me look good on the pick for most of the night, at least, what were you thinking when you saw those guys stay out? And obviously not the best pit stop of the night for you guys on the last one, but is it one of those things where you're hoping you go green so that you can hopefully pick a couple guys off and there's some chaos, or are you just trying to miss the inevitable death that we saw, obviously?
Yeah, I took 4 tires. I think I was about the only one that had a shot to win the race that actually took 4. Probably shouldn't have done that. I probably, in hindsight, should have just stayed out. But I was definitely just, like, I knew that was going to happen at the end. It always does. Like, just hoping to get around it. But, you know, sitting 7th, 9th, wherever I was, there's no way you can get around that.
All right, thanks, Josh. Congrats on the top 3 finish tonight, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you.
We'll get Joe Torres. I'll let you do this interview.
Torres, Justin Krasniewski up in the booth. You got me.
Yes, sir. I got you.
Oh, welcome to the Elite Racing League. Obviously, top 3 finish for you tonight, just 1 spot short, but a really crazy night. Great qualifying run. Had a couple issues on pit road and went out back to the bottom half of the top 10 for a little bit there, but up and down night, but come home second. So tell me about how you got here tonight.
Well, I got here thanks to, well, let's first thank you guys for having me here. Then I want to thank Chad, Josh, Tyler. Those guys were the ones that found me in the Elite Cup Series and NH3, and then from that point on, I got iRacing, and then I can't tell you how crazy that race was. I'm just mind blown at the moment.
Obviously, I think you turned a lot of heads tonight, ran very, very well. I know you know second place is a great way to start out your career here with us on iRacing, but are you expecting these kind of results each and every week, or is it more just kind of learning and picking things up and getting ready for next season, full season?
Well, right now I'm just trying to be patient, learn the tracks, learn how to get better. Right here in Texas, I've done a lot of official races here, so I've gotten accustomed to how to run the track, how to use up the car, how not to use up the car. So I learn little things here and there. So right now I'm just trying to learn, but I don't expect to do good every single time. I'm just here to just race and have fun with you guys.
All right. Well, we're definitely happy to have you, and congrats on the second place finish tonight.
Oh yeah, thank you guys. Thank you guys for having me.
Absolutely. See you next week.
Yep. See ya.
All right. Should we talk to Logan first or
we're
Brandon?
gonna get Brandon. We're gonna get the race winner in here. Brandon Key, Vic Bloom up in the booth. You got me?
Yeah, what's up?
I'll let you conduct the interview, Justin, because I suck at
I was
it.
gonna say we're trying to get as You got me, Brandon?
Yeah, I got you.
I can see him queuing it up, but it's not coming through.
Okay. Well,
Have him fix that, and we'll get back to him once.
hey, it's working on my end. That's the thing.
Oh, is it? It's not working
See,
for me. Try
can
that.
you hear him now? Oh, God damn it, Justin.
Didn't do anything.
He moved himself then.
Oh.
Move to. All right. Justin, see if you hear him now.
I mean, oh, okay.
I'm trying to get an interview with him, but he just keeps moving himself back. I guess we'll get Logan Simmons in here then, since that's going on.
We'll try one more
Brandon.
time.
All right.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, I'll move you in here because Brandon keeps moving himself out.
Well, guys, that was interesting.
Yeah, it was crazy.
That was
home.
Kansas. That was my Kansas moment for Kendall.
Yeah.
Told you.
Yeah,
Told ya.
well, we like the strategy call. It just didn't. It's never played out.
I would like to go back and watch it because I know I passed almost everybody and then I got spun.
I mean, I'm gonna definitely watch it post race because I'm gonna definitely need to review it because the officials things. So you're gonna finish up. Where'd you finish?
17.
16th, 17th, something like that.
Oh, I was gonna say if you got a top 5, like you would have definitely got hard charger. You might still get it. So.
Dude, that was probably the best performance in a race I've ever put on.
Yeah.
Looked like fun. I mean, you were really the only guy that could make the outside line in turn 2 work.
Yeah, I was working that. I was working everywhere, man. Only thing is there was a lot of crazy stuff going on. I'll say this: whenever me and Andrew were battling, that was probably one of the best battles I've ever been in. I mean, I've never had somebody be able to stay like that with me because I figured I was going to clear him. He seemed to be struggling, but he just stayed there, just trucking along like a cockroach.
Andrew Rucker, like Al Frank Motorsports Andrew Rucker?
Yeah.
Wow,
Anyway,
I'm
we need to conduct a
astounded.
serious interview here. So we actually want to get Brandon Key in here. You can stay in here, Logan. I don't really care.
Okay.
So, all right, see if Brandon Key can Justin hear Brandon.
Easy. I don't know what's going on.
Hold on.
I don't know what's going on. But
I don't
Logan's
know
doing
what's
good, trying
going
to
on.
fix
I'm
it.
just trying to talk to him.
I don't know.
All right. There, okay. Justin, you go on, see if you can hear him.
Brandon, you got us now.
Can you hear me?
I can
Still
hear
can't
you.
hear him. If you can hear him go nuts, I can't hear him.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Hold on, let me try this.
And Justin's going to try to see if he can hear you, Brandon, because he can't currently.
There, did that work?
I can hear you.
All right, I got him now. Hurrah! We are good at this whole technical thing. Anyways, Brandon, I got to be the first to, probably not the first to congratulate you, but
First in the booth.
I know it's not the way you imagined the first win going, but all of us up here want to know what it was like trying to miss all that chaos at the end.
Look, man, I was just only way to salvage it, stay out. That's all
Move
we
your
really
microphone closer to your face, for starters.
Yeah, I was going to say, you keep cutting in and out, Brandon.
We are not good at this.
This is
I don't think-
technical issues here.
He's getting used to getting up here in the booth for the interview.
Yeah, no kidding.
Can you not hear me?
We got
We
you
can
now.
hear you,
That's
but
much better.
yeah,
That's much
it's cutting
better.
out, but we got you.
Yeah, you got it closer now. You're good.
But yeah, like I was saying, I was running 17th. I just tried to salvage the day and stay out. That everybody wrecked. But I tell you, my hands were shaking.
Well, everybody wrecked, so you got that part right.
But the only way to beat these guys, there's so many good drivers in this league and talent, pitch strategy and stuff like that's the only way to do it sometimes.
Yeah, I know. We've seen it before. Obviously, Logan is the king of that. Ridiculous pitch strategies that occasionally work out. But, you know, obviously it's a big win. Maybe not the way you thought the first one would come, but it happens. So, obviously, who you got to thank for this? And then looking forward to next week, what are you expecting?
I mean, you're the first one to thank, man. You took me in before I even raced the league racing and showed me the ropes a little bit. And JK Racing, everybody on that team is awesome. Very supportive. Chad runs a great league. I'm very happy to be a part of it. Bristol next week, we'll see. I've got a few laps there, not many.
Well, we can all figure it out together then. Everybody can die, and probably more death to what we saw tonight. But all right, my thing just completely died. You guys still got me?
Yeah, we still hear you.
Oh, okay. Anyways, Brandon, like I was just saying, I mean, looking forward to Bristol, obviously. Outside the fact that you don't have very many laps there, I mean, what does this win mean to you as far as the first league win on a big night, obviously, coming at Texas, big place?
No, this is huge. I was talking to a few teammates today. I was just like, to beat these guys in this league, I don't see it happening in a year or two. But like I was saying earlier, the only way to beat these guys is to do something like this and pitch strategy. Because I don't have the speed as those top 3 to 5 to 7 guys in this league. It's a lot of good talented drivers in this league.
Obviously, massive congratulations from myself, and I'm sure we'll talk about it later. Vic, Logan, you guys have anything else on?
Got nothing.
No, man, just good race. We had a little battle there. It was good.
We're not.
Yeah, it definitely was, man.
All right, well, Brandon, congratulations on the big win, and we hope to see you up here more often.
We'll see about that, man. I appreciate it, guys. Y'all have a good one.
Thank you. Well,
Okay, move those two out. They don't get to say anything to end out this one. It was entertaining. I don't know how to describe that ending. Chaos.
I think it was
Chaos.
yeah, it was a night that we kind of predicted a lot of it. I mean, we saw Joshua Adams run well, Chad run well, the usual suspects. Levi was up there for a while. We saw those long green runs that we talked about earlier in the race, and we saw guys have trouble off turn 2. I think it was pretty much exactly what we expected. Of course, we had some incidents late that shook up everything, and Brandon Key was the biggest beneficiary. But I think we saw a lot of guys prove themselves. Good to have a couple new guys in the league, and obviously I think next week's going to be a little bit more chaotic as far as Bristol. A little bit of an unknown. They changed the way that the tire model and the Xfinity car works there like 2 seasons ago, maybe before last fall. So let's see how that works out. But I think we saw a great race tonight.
Yeah, I completely agree. It was a great race, and the midfield just showing what their real worth is in this league. They every week we have something to focus on, entertaining side by side wise with the midfield. So obviously huge props to those guys for allowing the racing to not be just single file and they actually try things.
We saw some amazing stuff out of those mid-pack guys that we haven't seen in a long time, if ever, in these iRacing Elite Racing Series. We saw guys literally battling from 5th through 15th, side by side, swapping lanes, all sorts of crazy stuff. And I think it made it really entertaining for me, and I'm sure you feel the same way.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't have to go to commercial, so that was nice.
Yeah, I mean, just looking ahead a little bit while I'm thinking of it, what are your thoughts on Bristol next week?
After tonight, I don't actually know what to think.
The death, or you think we're going to just have kind of a single file follow the leader?
I think we'd be mistaken if we say single file.
Yeah. Optimism.
If we have as many cars as we had tonight, which hopefully doesn't happen, and I say this in the nicest way, hopefully that doesn't happen. But if it does, then I think we're probably going to have ourselves a lot more death than bowl.
That was funny. No, but I think you're right. I think Bristol can go either way. I think it can be a good night for a lot of guys, or a lot of guys can struggle, especially if you get in trouble early. So obviously we're just going to have to wait and see.
Yeah, I 100% agree. 100%. The way...
All right, we about wrapped up here.
Yeah, I think we've wrapped up. So, of course, Justin Crizzle, or J. Criz, or whatever you want to call him. Because I would try to pronounce your last name, but I still can't.
Oh.
You have the hardest last name in this league.
Don't, but okay. But
well, except for Kyle Ozentuski. But anyway, so for us two, this was Texas. This was chaos. That ending was crazy. Yeah. I suck at these outros. Do you want to do a better one?
I was just going to say, obviously, thanks to JoinAPS for sponsoring, and Chad for keeping on the league, and obviously thanks to Vic for doing this with me. We always have a blast. Thanks for everybody that tuned in. And we hope to see y'all come back next week and switch gears completely from the high banks of Texas to the short track at Bristol. So until next week, this has been a Double 7 Productions and the JoinAPS Elite iRacing Series. We'll see you next week.